Hello, everybody. It's Two Sides podcast with you today. Hello, Otto Wallin with us. Hello, Otto. Happy New Year. How are you? How do you feel about your next fight, February 8th, with Derek Chisora?
Yeah, hello, happy new year. Um, I feel good. I think it's a good opportunity for me, and I think it's a fight that if I win can take me up the rankings and get me in line for a bigger fights.
No, no, for sure, because Derek Chisora was fighting like literally with everybody. He has, I know, huge amount with fights with top level boxers. And what for you is the meaning to fight with him and beat him in the future?
I think it's great. He's very experienced, obviously, and he's been in with pretty much everyone, I think. And he's always a very tough guy, and he's a slugger and aggressive guy that always comes forward, and he's always in wars. So I think now when I think it's good timing for me to have this fight, and like I said, I think it's gonna move me up the rankings and in line for bigger fights.
So, like, he's pretty old, but was you surprised by his victory over Joe Joyce?
I was surprised. Yeah, I thought that Joe Joyce was gonna win, and that if you look back like 2 years, I don't think there would be any doubt in anybody's mind that he was gonna beat Chisora. But this time, I think that both guys have just tough careers, and for Joyce, it was really tough. It seems that he lost to Joyce twice and got knocked out. So it seems like that has hurt him a lot. And he had a fight before Chisora against Cash Ali, and I haven't watched it, but I heard it wasn't great. And then the Chisora fight, he didn't look like himself like he used to.
So, do you have any like you see that fight, his last fight? Do you have any specific plan to fight with Chisora? What do you think his best his cons and pros, let's say like this?
Yeah, he's definitely an aggressive fighter. He's not the tallest heavyweight, so he's always have to get to his opponent. So he's always have to be aggressive, and he's always like trying to hit the body a lot and swing and just try to hit his opponent with big shots all the time. So I think for me, it's just very important that I'm always focused and ready and have good defense, and also that I have good offense so I can get some respect from him and to make sure he can't just come in and swing and those big shots.
You met him, right? And you have the first press conference in Manchester. How do you feel? Is still that old Chisora who like can spit straight to the Vladimir Klitschko's face, or he became much more like chill and like calm down? How do you feel about him?
I don't know. I think he's very unpredictable. So some days he's like in a really bad mood and tries to aggravate everybody, and the next day he seems like he's happy, but he's always seems to try to intimidate people, whether it's like being kind of nice and stuff, but still like passive aggressive or actually just aggressive. So it's hard to know with him. I don't know what he's gonna do when I see him next time.
Like last time when he fought against Southpaw like you, it was against Alexander Usyk, and still like Chisora gets one of the tough fight with Usyk. So literally, like it's the best fight what Usyk had so far in heavyweights. How do you think? It's just because he's a southpaw. Uh, Chisora maybe fight with a southpaw and feel good against southpaw, or it's because Usyk didn't getting used to the heavyweight. This literally was his second fight in the heavyweights.
It was probably a mix of both things. Actually, when I was there now, we did a face-off with Chisora, and he said, "Oh, I hate southpaw so much." And I think it's hard to interpret that. Maybe he's just trying to play a game that he actually hates southpaws, or actually he doesn't, or actually he likes southpaws. Who knows? Who knows? But he did very good with Usyk, and he gave Usyk a tough fight. And that fight was also like his normal style, just coming forward and being aggressive and winging shots. And then Usyk at the end pulled it off. But it was a very good fight. But I also think, like you said, that Usyk had just come up to heavyweight. He fought one fight before, and and it probably was getting used to heavyweight also. And I think Usyk has improved. But you can't take anything away from Chisora. He did a really good fight with Usyk. So you really,
Moreover, I think like when the fight was over, I was thinking it's like Chisora won that fight because it's in England, right? Usyk is came to the England land, like fight against English boxer, and all. Like I was pretty surprised when yeah, I, at least they could make a draw. Don't you agree?
yeah, I remember when I watched it, I was kind of rooting for Chisora at that point. And I felt, I remember I felt like it could have been a draw.
What do you think Chisora wasn't did enough? Like what's like what he could do did better with Usyk to get that victory, like for sure.
I think in that fight he started out well and he was aggressive and just trying to wrestle and like making a really tough fight for Usyk. And that's probably a good idea because Usyk is a very good boxer. So Chisora, he started out very well, but then I remember that his corner was kind of telling him to start boxing
I,
and
I
things like
remember
that.
I remember
So
that, and I was surprised too. Definitely,
yeah,
like no, like the last guy you have to box,
yeah,
really boxing is it's Usyk.
yeah,
Have
ex-
you? Yeah, yeah.
exactly. It was very strange. I don't know who that trainer was, but I think if I remember right, it was like a guy from MMA. And I don't know how much experience he has with training boxers, but for me and for you also, it seemed very strange that he would tell him to box, especially since Chisora isn't like he's not a boxer. He's more of like a slugger and aggressive.
Yeah, when
So
he
you,
slot against Usyk, everything was good. But when he started to box against him for some reason, right? It's like, uh, definitely wasn't a good idea. Actually, have you seen that fight against Usyk and Fury? Because you box definitely with Fury. What do you think about it?
yeah, I mean, I've seen all of their fights. I think, even though the first one and second one was a while ago, but this for now, when I'm fighting Chisora, I've been watching him against Usyk and Fury a lot. So, uh, Fury, when he fought Fury the third time, I was over and sparred with Chisora for a little bit actually before helping him
Oh
prepare
yeah,
for that fight.
you was there. Yeah, it's in his camp.
Yeah,
How did you feel about that sparrings?
yeah, it was good. It was good work, and just try to help him get ready.
How did he spar? He go crazy 100%, or he spar like he can chill and work on some particular things? How it is when he's like in sparring camp?
I would probably say that he was his regular self, I would say. Just from what I could tell, he was trying to, be just fight like he normally does.
Oh, all right. Uh, what do you think about the Usyk Fury second fight? What you can say about that?
Yeah, that was a good fight. It was a good fight, and Usyk. I think that Usyk probably won more convincingly this time, even though he hurt Fury in the first fight. I just think that Fury started out good in this fight, but then he couldn't keep it up. And Usyk, I felt like the second half of the fight, it was mostly Usyk. So I mean, honestly, he's done a really good job, Usyk. So seems like he keeps improving.
It's like it was the first fight when artificial intelligence was counting the points, and I was a little bit surprised. I was thinking the fight going to be much closer. How do you feel about it? About the future of boxing if artificial intelligence gonna uh, count the rounds?
It's interesting. It's interesting, but honestly, like I feel like with AI and technology, that we have to be open to it. Um, I'm sure there can be errors, but there's a lot of errors with humans also. So uh, it's probably the future. Um, I don't know. I don't know. It's I mean, I'm open to it. Like if they can prove that it works, then I'm open to it. And like maybe you can have a system of, I don't know, like some human referees, and then at the same time you have the AI or or something.
No, yeah, probably the mix would be better. And did the Fury actually
Yeah.
say it's like, oh, it's bullshit? I like it's terrible counting and everything like this. We didn't expect anything
Yeah.
different, of course, with that counting. How do you think about his motivation? He lost his motivation because he gets a lot of money already, or he doesn't feel like he's hungry in that fight, or maybe he
Yeah,
was too.
it's hard to say. It's hard to say, but Fury, he put on a lot of weight again this time. So I don't know how much he put on, but like 20 pounds or something from the last fight. And I honestly feel like I don't think it's the smartest to just be more fat. I think if you put on muscle, then maybe, but uh, if you just put on fat, maybe that's why he couldn't keep up the energy the whole fight. I don't know. I don't know. It's hard to say, but I think with a guy like Usyk, yeah, you might have to be heavy, but also like you really need the endurance. Because Usyk has very good endurance. So, and with Fury's motivation, I think that it's hard to say, but I mean, yeah, maybe he's still motivated, maybe not, but he has obviously a lot of money. But I think he's probably a competitor, so like he wants to win, even though he has money already. So like if he has 100 million today and he can make 100 more tomorrow, I mean, I'm sure that he's gonna try.
It's never enough, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. If you have a lot, you're gonna want to have more.
What do you think? Who is right now can beat Usyk? Because like it's hard right now. Imagine like
Yeah,
probably
it's hard. Like I mean Dubois, the first fight, obviously he got stopped, but in my opinion, I didn't think that was such a big deal with the body shot that Dubois hit Usyk with when they called it low. I didn't think it was a huge deal. I mean, maybe it was, maybe not, but I just felt like it was over exaggerated. I feel like shots like that happens all the time. But then we'll
so.
see.
You
I
you say you
mean,
think Dubois getting better and can right now his second fight with Usyk gonna be totally different, right?
yeah, I don't know if it's gonna be totally different, but I think he's getting better. Like he's probably in a much better place than what he was when he fought. Because after that fight, he beat Hergovich, right, and Miller and Joshua also.
Was you surprised
So
about Joshua? Because I was like for me was definitely surprised.
yeah, I was very surprised. Honestly, I picked Joshua to win by knockout because I know that Joshua is very powerful and punches really hard, and Dubois was taking a lot of shots from Hergovich. So I felt like if Joshua's gonna hit Dubois with those punches, that he was gonna get knocked out. But I mean, you gotta give it to Dubois. He did a really good job against Joshua. So I think he's getting better.
No, definitely he looked like he did his plan on 100%. And Joshua, any plan he had, like definitely fell it. And all his rumors of his problem with his psychological problem, definitely like was, yeah, that he had some psychological problem because he can definitely keep the plan. He can't box. He missed a lot of shot against Dubois, which one he probably doesn't have to miss. And like, was you surprised about this corner, like advising his corner, oh, go roll the dice? I mean, go roll the dice
Yeah.
against Dubois. Definitely not the best advice.
Yeah. Yeah, it looked strange. Joshua looked strange in that fight. Like the way he was keeping his hands low, and there was some technical mistakes I think that he did. I mean, he has a good team, so I don't know why he fought like that, but he seemed easy to hit with Dubois, and Dubois is a big puncher. So I don't really know what happened, but uh, I was surprised.
Okay, so you're gonna fight in Manchester. Do you expect any? That's what I want to really ask you. Do you expect any like things, like tricks, what they can use the Derek Chisora's side? against you. So like small ring and soft ring and something like this.
There's gonna be the ring is gonna be 18 feet measured inside the ropes. So it's the same size as we have at Mendes, that you know.
Oh,
So it's the same size ring. It's in the contract. So it's it's a little bit smaller like than usual. Usually, I think when I fought Joshua, it was 20 feet inside the ropes. This is 18, so a little bit smaller. And then with the cushion, we we have they have confirmed that we're gonna see the ring on Friday before the day before the fight. And if we're not happy, we obviously gonna tell them that that's a problem, and it's gonna be no fight if they try to cheat with the ring. Uh, so that's what it is.
what about the gloves? I saw in Instagram you gonna fight in Reyes. How do you feel about that? Because I thinking it's one of the part of the trick. Because Reyes pretty tough gloves, pretty like hard to defend, easy to punch. How do you
Yeah,
feel about the gloves?
I haven't actually made up my mind yet because I'm trying different brands to see what's best for my hands. So I wanted to try more gloves and just see how they feel. So I
Uh,
actually haven't decided yet.
do you know which gloves his side gonna use?
No, I think in his last fight that he had Grant,
No.
but he has used different brands.
What do you favorite brand? Uh,
I've been fighting
for
a
the
lot with
fight.
I've been fighting lately, like the last years with Everlast. So I think Everlast gloves are solid. I just wanna try different brands to make sure that I have, what feels best for me.
All right, and uh, what else do I have? Like you was Heroes recently computer game on Undisputed, right? How do you feel about that? Did you play yet?
Yeah, I tried it. I tried it. It was nice. It's fun. Like when I was a kid, I used to play a lot of boxing games. So it's fun to play as my own character. But I am upset because they gave Jake Paul better rating than I
Yeah, it was
have.
ridiculous.
Yeah,
No, like everybody, I was playing too. I remember Fight Night round 4, and I make
yeah,
like kind of chapter I like. It's really good, like to make your own chapter. But right now you play by yourself. You
yeah,
literally already beat up everybody, right? Not yet.
yeah. Not yet. Actually, when I played, I got knocked out. But
Getting better.
yeah,
Uh, uh, all right. So I wish you victory in your future fight. Thank you so much for the conversation today. What do you want to say by the end?
yeah. I just want to say thanks for having me on, and Igor, thank you for all the sparring, and then just all the support that I get from fans around the world. It really means a lot.
All right, thank you so much. Otto Wallin was in our podcast today. Thank you so much. All right, thank you guys. Bye.